Sit down, everybody. Let's all stand now as we begin tonight with opening arati. Sajam cha varti sanyukta grahina yojitam mayam Deepam grihana devesham Trailokya timidapaham. Let's all sing together, everybody.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva Jai Ganesh Deva Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva Jai Ganesh Deva Ladhuvan ko bhog lage sant kari seva sant kari seva Ladhuvan ko bhog lage sant kari seva sant kari seva Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva Jai Ganesh Deva एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी माटे पे सिंदूर सोहे मोस के सवारी माटे पे सिंदूर सोहे मोस के सवारी दुखियों के दुख हरत परमानंद देवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा आंधन को आँख दीत कोरियन को काया आंधन को आँख दीत कोरियन को काया बांझन को पुत्र दीत निर्धन को माया बांझन को पुत्र दीत निर्धन को माया भव से पार करो नाथ भजन करो तेरा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा जो तेरा ध्यान धरे ज्ञान मिले उसको जो तेरा ध्यान धरे ज्ञान मिले उसको चोर तुझे और भला जाऊं मैं किसको हे देवा कृपा करो कष्ट हरो मेरा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश देवा
All you help me sing while we continue the arati. Tonight we focus in on a form of Ganesh called Vighneshwar. Let me sing together. Jai Vighneshwar Jai 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 Lambodar Jai 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 Gananayak Jai Sukhadayak Jai Jai Ganesh Jai Jai Jai
गणेश्वर जय जय
Jai
लंबोदर जय 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 गणनायक जय सुखदायक जय जय गणेश जय जय
Jai Shakti Ma Jai 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 Jyoti Ma Jai 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 Shakti Ma
जय 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 ज्योतिर्मां जय जय
Jai Paap Nashini Muktidaini Jai Paap Nashini
मुक्तिदायिनी
Jai Durge Jai 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 Vighneshwar Jai 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 Lambodhar Jai Jai
जय गणनायक जय सुखदायक जय जय गणेश जय जय
Jai Ganesh Jai Jai Jai. Together, let's pray together, everybody. Om Gajananam Bhutaghanadisevitam Kapit. Everybody, lift your voice. Umasutam Sho
Kavinaashatarakam
Namami Vighneshwara
Pankajam
Sarvamangalmangalye
Shive Sarvatra Sadhike
Sharanye
Trayambike Gauri
Narayani
Namostute
Gurur Brahma
Gurur Vishnu
Gurur Devo
Maheshwara
Gurur Sakshat
Param Brahma
Tasmai Shri
Gurave Namaha
Karpur Gauram Karunavataram Sansasaram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridaye Davinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam
Namami
Om Namah Shivaya
Om Namah Shivaya
Om
Namah Shivaya
Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Devotees, please have your seat. Sitaram and cordial welcome to all here in the Mandir, and for those of you looking online, for those of you in different forums, cordial welcome. Special welcome to my supporting group for all of you coming to Sitaram. This morning, people was messaging, and somebody asked me, Babs, out of all the mantras you say, how come when you're going to do satsang, it is used that Om Gajanana mantra. And the person who asks me is a person who knows about prayers. So then it dawned on me, sometimes we say prayers, but we don't know what we say. So let me go into a discourse tonight that's very beneficial. But we start with this first mantra, that Om Gajananam, just to remind you what you already know. O Lord, with the elephant face, you are served by celestial beings. You eat the essence of the jamun, that gulab jamun fruit that it is offered, different gova, things that were served by the goddess when they changed the head from human to elephant head, destroyer of suffering, Vinashya, the remover of that destruction. We bow to you. This is the important part for tonight. We bow to you, O Vighneshwar, obstructor, destroyer of obstacles. I just say that prayers, to be honest, every satsang I do. Let me continue where we left off last night. When you start to see trouble, for some people, for young people, go and touch the multi, it's hard. I don't understand the correlation between that form and the troubles I am facing. Last night we talked about a discourse where Ganesh comes from the smile of Lalita Devi, from a text called Mandir. Mother calls him and Mohess to fight people who are using black magic tantric prayer to enslave and to suppress the ability. You know, when the goddess go to fight, she have a whole set of Shakti with she. These divine forms became as if it were lethargic. The book says lazy. They don't want to pick up the same shoe, the pike to fight. Why are we doing this one? Throw down the pike. They don't want to fight the demonic people. The same people that's supposed to stand guard by the door, because of the yantra and the type of prayer that these people were using, secret prayer. We talked about black magic last night, cemetery work. And I did say, it's my fault. If the Pandit does not teach children that bad exists in this world, understand where I'm coming from. If you don't teach children that bad things, bad people, yes, they're putting up Hanuman flag, red flag, but what they have inside of that prayer, dear God, bless me with it. Sometimes it's something negative. This is why in Gita he says, prayer is good, but prayer can be tamasic, rajasic, sattvic. Last time we dealt with that whole thing, and it says that when you're doing his prayer and you're hearing, what was it called? Vinayak? Vinaya. Yeah. If you call his name, if you touch him, you'll overcome. He came into the kata and he nullified it, pulled the power out of the black magic to nullify the work. They were literally carving it on stone and throwing it into the camp. And as he's walking, mother telling you walk, and where you walk, the energy of that type of work will be nullified. So even if the person throw a stone, throw a bone, throw whatever, it could be quelled without touching it. So in order, Baba, how I seen things, eggs broken by my front gate, I seen chicken parts, etc., blood, how to fix it? The first thing you use is Ganesh prayer so that you could touch it without any ramification. This is how you fix it now. If there's a way to make it, it have to have a way to fix it. And this is what your Ganesh Yag is giving. Tonight we continue in that. Tonight is the Shashti night, correct? Last night was Panchami. Shashti day is the day we look to do Devi prayers, Ganesh prayers too, to help children. Tonight you're going to hear how the Ganesh prayers could fix your eye, your skin, your head, different portion using different choice mantras in that fight. And when you finish, listen to the discourse and you do the Havan, you have to go and touch the Murti. You have to offer the negative on your body. Why are you touching? Remember we talk about why your bare feet, why you take the heat over your body, the energy, the exchange of energy. I want clean energy, simple language, and I want negative to flow to the earth. The Murti absorbs somebody trouble. Prem se bolo Shri Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai. If we are not careful, we are not going to grow in our dharma. Let me give you an example. It has different stotras. As a Pandit, if I go in a place where the person knows very little, I have to chant, maybe for the prayer, for them to understand, Ganesh Chalisa, Hanuman Chalisa. When the person starts to grow more and more, then you could use different prayer. That gives you different benefit. So for tonight, I want to introduce you as we're growing. Understand the logic. You can't keep saying the same prayer, same mantra, same content, and troubles are changing, troubles are getting worse in your life. When you're 19, you have your health, but when you start to get 60, things get different. So there is a type of prayer called Kavach. Every devta has Kavach, Durga Kavach, Ganesh Kavach, Hanuman Kavach. Kavach means, Chalisa means 40 verses that a man wrote in praise of the devta, Hanuman Chalisa. But Kavach usually comes from Lord Shiva's mouth, from his lips. It is more the more positive, more divine, more potent. Kavach means armor. In the prayer you are saying, sit on my chest, on my left side, my right side. So when I walk in this life, when I go into the house of all the negative and the bad, let's say where you work, where you live, and I don't know who is against me. In tonight's Katha, we're talking about Ganesh Baba. So I'm using Ganesh Kavach. Bless the person literally as your mother used to bless you from the top of your head to the sole of your foot. This is the prayer that gives you that. You are calling on him in different name and you're saying superimpose your Shakti on me. So if you do this prayer now, let me give you a little hint. When you see the Baba wearing hijab mala, the Pandit wearing, especially if it's the Rudraksh like what Pandit might have on, or if it's Ganesh time rosewood, on that this have Kavach. So wherever the Pandit go, in who house, if it had Jambi, if it have enemy, if it have what, move back, move away. But the prayers is not only for the Baba, the prayers is for everybody. If we would know the prayers, we would get the blessing. Tonight, before we go into the discourse, is a wonderful discourse taken from Ganesh Puran. Let me just chant so that everybody who listening and hearing here in the temple could benefit. We need to protect our body. In we discourse tonight, we're going to hear how sometimes karma is giving sickness, trouble. You're going to hear about a fella and how Ganesh worship helps that. Before we go there, put your hands together. If you as a person, close your eyes. If you as a person have different health problems, to use an English line, Ganesh, you are the one, just translate in here for you to appreciate what this thing happened. You are the one who has an elephant head. In that form, sit on my tongue. If my tongue has a speech impediment, or let's say for stroke, it is not working, bring it back. Hidamba, Ganesh again, a different name, protect my stomach. If I have an ailment, if there's a sickness there, fix it. Ganesh, you who have different weapon in your hand, sit in my knees, sit in the ankle, make it strong, make it stable. Think about walking. Dear Ganesh, you who are pleased when people do mantra or fasting when they are quiet, or a vow of silence, sit in my arms. When my palms, for the person who has carpal tunnel syndrome, shoot in pain, sit in the wrist, sit in the palm, and bring back feeling, bring back sensation. You who sit on the tips of my fingers, the nails, or you who ride the peacock in different discourse, sit in the organ that deals with the cleaning of my body. When we're talking about your gallbladder, bladder stone, to make urine, liver, cleaning the blood. Last time we talked about the different forms of Vinayak, Amod, Pramod, sit on my back for the person who has scoliosis or spinal problem, protect my back. Amod, sit in my front. Dear God, you who is the God of wisdom, sit on my eastern side. Giver of achievement, sit on my western side. This is what this prayer is saying. As I'm chanting, you talk to God. This one comes from the lips of Gauri Mata. Durga Mata is teaching and praying. Dear Ganesh, protect. Hari Om Isho Ati Chapalo दैत्य भल्यापि नाशो अग्रे किं करम करति न जानी मुनि सततम दैत्य नाना विद्या दुष्टः साधु देव द्रुकालः अंतुष्कंत चिंचैवत रक्षतम बाहु मध्य ऋष्य ध्याये सिंगतम विनायकम अमुंदिगबाहु मध्ये युगे तृतीयं तु मायुर्वाहनां सदबाहुकां सिद्धिदां द्वापरे तु गजाननं युगभूजितं रक्तं रागं विभौनं तुरे तु द्विजभूजितं सितं गरा रुचिकरं सर्वतादं सर्वदा विनायका सिखं पातु. Sit on the top of my head. Very limited. They would put churki. सिखम पातु परमात्मा परम्परः अतिसुंदर कस्य अस्तु मस्तकं कामोदकः ललकं कश्यपा पातु मृगयुग्यं तु महोदरा नयनं बालचंद्र अस्तु गजस्तव पालवा जीवनं पातु गणाकृदेश चिबोखं गिरिजासुतः वचनं विनायका पातु दन्तं रक्षतु धूर्मुख श्रवणं पाशपनिष्ठो नाशिकं चितर्धना गणेशस्तव मुखं पातौ कन्तं पातु गणादित्य स्कंदौ पातु गजौ स्कंदौ विघ्न विनाशना hridayam means your heart. When the pulse, when the physical heart is in trouble, when there is any blockage, when there is a circulatory system trouble, Ganesh, thou sit there, God, and make it work, remove the obstacles. Hirambo jataram mahadhara dhara patu pravashito pratishthitam vigna harana shubham lingam guyakam sada patu. In the private of the male, in the private of the female, if he has a problem of obstruction, fix it in the form of Vakratunda. Mahabala Gana Pridosho Janu Jange Udumangala Kirtiman Ekadanta Mahabuddhi Pado Gulfo Sadapatu Shipra Prasadanu Bahupani Ashtapya Pukarayah. Prem se bolo Shri Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. Consider what I said the other night. It has so much we do not get to touch. We are scraping the surface of Ganesh. If you use that kavach and you get to do your puja, think what you are asking for. This is where you are taking the Ganesh and you are bringing the power to you. When you are saying Chalisa, Ganesh, you have a wonderful smile, you have a blessed hand, in your hands you have this, that and the other. I am worshipping that way. But when you use kavach now, I want to pull your power to me. I have trouble. This body of mine is riddled with karma, and I have to fix my issues. Please help me. That's the difference. Prem se bolo Shri Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. We enter into the first part of Ganesh Puran. Ganesh Puran, one of the Upa Puran. Upa Puran means minor Puran, not major. Major is things like Shiv Puran, Lingam Puran. A Puran is defined as a text that has 4 characters. Creation, the power of God, etc. is defined in these 4 things that makes this book a Puran. A Mahapuran has 6 points that are given. So you have Devi, Bhagavad Mahapuran, Bhagavad Mahapuran, those 2. But the Upa Puran only deal with 2 points of the 4. So it is not a full Puran. So you don't hear too much about Ganesh, Kalika and other forms. In this section now, the sages that are sitting by Sutji, they want to know more. Please tell us, this is the first verse, please tell us of the person, or reciter, or orator, or Guruji, who is the person that is most capable and knowledgeable when it comes to all the Puranic and Vedic texts. Just by listening to it, a person could get upliftment. In case the person can't do the prayer, in case the person does not get help, when they hear of this individual, they must be able to get some help. Tell us about that guy. He says, this is a wonderful question, but the only place you will hear of this, of the different Puran, is in the Ganesh Upa Puran. Let's hear, as we enter into our first slok, help me sing a little bit tonight, everybody. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita
Soma Kantarajaye Yati Deva Puraye Rajatam Chara Chara Kalshetam Yam Namami Maheshwaraye Yati Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye Namastasye
Namastasye Namo Namah Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena
Samstita Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. Guruji is saying that this Ganesh Puran was given when Ganesh Baba is the form of the Brahman, and from his force creation started to come. He says, how does creation come from Ganesh? He says, at that time in that cult, you see, before I move on to this, sometimes when people hear Shani Dev calls Ganesh Baba to Lord here, Lord Shiva cut off Ganesh Baba's head, people get confused. How come? In Hinduism, you have to understand, Bhagavad says, time is the first form of Lord Vishnu. And time does not go in a straight line, start to finish. But it goes and it comes again. So in all this course, you will hear Satyug went and we head into Kalyug. We're in Kalyug now, and Satyug will start again and it will come again. In each case, Ram will come again, Krishna will come again, Ganesh will go and come. In our stotra just now, in Satyug you came with 2 hands, in Treta you came with 4 hands, in Dwapar you came with 6 hands, in Kalyug you will have 8 hands. Depending on the time, in Ramayana you will hear when Sampati goes into the body of Sri Ram and he saw different planets and he saw in each one a Ram. In one case he's telling Hanuman and Angad, I saw where Sri Ram lost the battle. In another one when I went, I saw where Lakshman is the leader and he wins the battle. And I enjoy every time my God comes as Ram in this body, I get to see. Kakbhushun tells him, I come as the crow and I get to go every time he's a little boy and he's fighting for the little piece of bread, the throwing, he throws a piece of his bread for me, and as a bird I get to pick it. So every time he comes as a baby ram, I come as a bird. I'm here waiting for him to come and come again. Do not allow this to confuse you. The concept of time as a Hindu is that time is ongoing, janam after janam after janam. Guruji says, when at one point Ganesh Baba allows from his body, he commanded Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva created, and he says, go forth and start to create. From the lips of Brahma, after some prayer was done, Ganesh Puran is given to Vyas, and Vyas Muni, the person who writes all the text, gives it to Brigu, a Muni, that gave it to tonight our person named Somakant. Brigu is the person, if you look at our text, of all the different devatas we have, in Devi Bhagavad there's a discourse where the Munis them sat down to do yag. and they wanted to know who is the prime, who is the main devta, Pradhan devta of all the prayers. Who should we worship in everything? The Hindu knows a lot about Krishna Arpan, Krishna Arpan, Krishna Arpan. Everything has Vishnu Baba in it. Vishnu Baba is lying on Sheshnag, Brahma comes from that form for the Vaishnava. Bhrigu is selected, he is one of them, one of the Pandits, and they say, go and test Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, and see who is the most fitting person in the age of Kali Yuga that we should put as our prime form. Who is the main star? He went to Brahma, and Brahma is so busy enraptured in creation, did not pay attention to Bhrigu. Bhrigu says, if we select you, you will make no time for your children, you will not answer prayer. You will not attend to them. You have bigger things to make, planet, moon, etc. He went to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is busy living householder life with Parvati Mata and playing with children. Ashok Sundari, one of the daughters at that time. Manas Devi, the two daughters are playing with Shiva. And Shiva does not want to leave the children to go and meet the guest Bhrigu. So Bhrigu gets vexed and he says, no, we will not use you. You will not be the main person. So in every avatar where Vishnu Baba comes, look at Lord Shiva. He's Hanuman, he's helping on his side, but he's not the main star in the Katha. When he went by Lord Vishnu now, Lord Vishnu got up from Sheshnag and bowed to him. To test him, there in the description of Lord Vishnu, there's always a stamp, like a mark, like a birthmark. When people have keloid, the growth, the uncontrolled skin growth here, they are considered to be a child of Vishnu because he had this kind of mark, a footprint on his chest. When he went to bow by Bhrigu foot, Bhrigu kicked Lord Vishnu on his chest, and the footprint remains. If you look at your murti, you'll see it. Instead of getting angry, Lord Vishnu said, I hope I didn't hurt your foot. My body is very strong, and your little foot may be damaged. Check it and make sure. So Bhrigu tells him, because of how sympathetic you are, you will be the one that everybody will call in this age of Kali Yuga. So things like Satnarayan Katha, Gita Path became so popular. Bhagavad becomes the text. If I read it, my soul will become enlightened. Bhrigu now is the person who is going to help our character tonight. This character, Somkant, is a great king. He is surrounded by great ministers. These people conquer one place to another. They go behind every territory to establish not only the fact that they have the land, but they want to put a certain standard in terms of tax paying, taking care of the people, and they want to make sure that no rogue force kills people. So when we were talking last night about the Ganesh worship and the female, this fella is of that nature, that women should be not raped, not abducted, not kidnapped, but they should be respected. So now, in order to install those type of law, you have to be the power to put the rules. So he goes and he conquers these things to put in these standards, these Dharma Sastra, that till today are in our text that we use to govern and guide. He has a son named Hemakant. As time passes, our king becomes old. And as he gets older, he becomes middle age is older, 40. As he gets older, sickness comes. After doing all the fighting and all the different things that he would have done, killed people, etc., he becomes riddled with sickness. Let's hear what is happening with our star boy, the king. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Come on everybody, let's sing together.
Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol.
Jai Jai Radha Ramana, Jai Jai Radha Ramana, Jai Jai Radha Ramana, Jai Jai Radha Ramana, Jai Jai Radha
Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol.
Janam ye krita he yadh patyaya दक्षयेनायति सम्प्राप्तयहि भृगुये आयतम् जय जय
राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण जय जय राधा रमण
जय जय राधा रमण जय जय राधा रमण जय जय राधा रमण
हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
बोल वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. As time passed, his body from one sore, from one opening in his body came two, came four. The skin becomes diseased and his body starts to leak and ooze fluid. From being a very sweet smelling person, bathed in all the sweet things that you would bathe somebody of his stature, somebody of his value, money-wise, wealth. Crying to the wife because of how his body is coming. He says, when I was young, I was bathed in milk, not even water. All the rich fragrance, we talked about rose oil in Ganesh worship. He says, I only bathed, I was only masawed in oil. My skin never knew foul scent. I am so mukant. I am the one who has done this and done that and done the other. But now look at my ferocious form. Look at how hideous I have become. What evil has befallen me? Why didn't in all my prayers to Sadashiva take away this plague that is now riddling my body? Oh wife, I go to Shiva and I do his prayer and look at me now, it is spreading. Understand what happened there? It's spreading from one more coming. Every morning he get up. The bed that was once riddled with flowers and sweet scent has pus and different fluid leaking from the body. He says, wife, I feel ashamed to sleep next to you. I scorn myself that when you get up in the morning, I stick to the bed because of the amount of fluid from my chest, from my back, from my legs, from my private, all over my body is in distress. And no matter how much the doctor in the palace, the different ministers are trying this herb, that herb. They are trying different yantras based on our talk last night. Different prayers drawn on his body. When long time people used to put tattoo, I forget how you call that. They have a word for it. They used to put the yantra on the body when people have different ailments, sickness. They're doing that too. And nothing is working. They are applying different oils, different ointments, different powder. They are chanting different prayers. But wife, Sudharma, that's her name, tell me where I went wrong that I am now damned in this way. Did I do something? Did somebody affect me with black magic? It seems as if the doctors are lost, the healers are helpless, and there's nothing to help me. Am I so sinful? He says, as a husband, my job is to please you as a man to a woman. My job, I accepted you as a wife, and that is part of my duty. But when I am in this way and I scorn myself, how does a person touch somebody else? How will I want to touch you when I'm thinking you will scorn me? Look at how I'm smelling. Do not feel I'm rebuking you or pushing you away. I'm ashamed of how I am. The king did not want to go to court, and as time is passing, the sores got bigger. The leprosy was getting worse, and nothing is hindering it, nothing is slowing it down, nothing is stopping it from pus and mucus. It started to make like a cheese, to use a word for children, solid now. Started to come out, ooze out of his body. Behind this solid mass came blood, streaming of blood. So 1 minute he could walk, and with the circulation in the foot, blood would start to wet the dhoti. Out of control, his body in this way is starting to play games with him. His son, he calls his son Himakant, and he says, "Oh son, there comes a point when you have to do the greater good, when you realize your own body is your enemy. When the enemy is outside, it's easy to fight, it's easy to pick up the weapon, it's easy to say the prayer and go and battle. But what do you do when your own body becomes the enemy?" He said, "It's better you light a fire and you allow me to go on the fire now, because I am alive but I am useless. Son, let us follow the guidance, the teachings of the Dharma Sastra. There comes a point where the older head has to hand over the reins, the control, the business, the politics, hand over. The king has to make the prince become the king. And this is the moment." This father did not even want to trouble his son to do his own shroud. Somebody told me, "Pandit, now I don't have children, so I can say this. I don't have son, I don't have children, my soul will burn, Pandit." Pandit, on that same thread I thought, could I do my own shroud? Could I do my own prayer? Consider to answer the question. You're sitting with your Pandit over there and you're doing prayer, and at some point, Baba will say, "Take out the fabric. Offer. You're getting ready to offer. Maybe you have a towel, maybe I have a handkerchief, you have a 5-yard cloth. Garg Brand tell you that whatever you offer, fabric, whenever you offer fabric, when in the future there's an unguarded moment, your death is going to come. Any fear, any moment, maybe a car coming to hit you, just to understand. You may not run Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. God, I'm making a down payment now, while I calm and cool. How you give is so you get. In that moment, I am telling you, no, come and save me. Stand up with me. Stand, be there with me. Don't wait for me to call you." So is it possible to offer future prayer? Yes. When you put the goal in the Gita book and you offer it, it is equivalent to a life-size multi of Lord Vishnu. Dear God, bless me in my next janam. I must have food. I must have shelter. I must have good things. So in a lot of the prayers, and these are just 2 examples, we are working with future. The person is offering the pinda and they're saying, when the soul, and you already just do 6 months, but do you go on 6 months? You just go 5.5 before. If the soul reached to the brother of Yamraj where you have to get judged for that 6 months, the judge is going to ask the soul, "You had to make certain promises. I gave you a role to be a father, a husband, a brother. Did you keep your word? Did you live up to the relationship? No, punishment. Yes, reward. You are a good brother? No problem. Good job." So the children now, the 6 months, they want to make sure and bribe the judge. So 5.5 months before the soul reach where it's going, please accept this, please accept that, please accept the other on behalf of my father, to add on the scale of good and bad on the good side. So when the person reach now, there's help. So when people are going to do the entrance into the sannyasi stage, there's bhik or tulsi mala for man and woman. In that step, you do your own shroud. It is possible to do the whole thing, so that when the person closes their eyes, you enter into this lifestyle where you live sinless, so that you don't go and, regain the burden of sin. But you live in a way that after I do that, if my life leave the body, you could just go and burn my body. Don't worry about doing any prayer. So is it possible? Yes. What did this father do? He says, I do not want to burden you further. I did not want to burden you in life, and I'm not going to burden you in death. The father made them bring mud from Gaya. Pandit says when he's invocating in different Bedi, Ayodhya, Mathura, Maya, Kashi, Avantika Gaya. Gaya is the place in India, if a person go and do Shraddha, immediate salvation. One of the definitions for a child is a child that will go Gaya area, just on the side of Varanasi, to do Shraddha for the parents. He brings the dirt where he is because of his health, he can't go the distance. And he offered all the pinda, all the sapinda. Narayan Bali Shraddha is done. And he tells his son, you sit down there and watch me do my own Shraddha with my hand. Dear God, just like every other prayer I have done in my life, I have atoned for my sin. I did the bad, I'm getting punished, I'm going to do the good. I'm not asking anybody else to do anything. In this way, all the ministers and everybody came and watched him. And they're asking him, why are you preparing as if you want to be a sannyasi, you want to give up the house, give up the crown, give up, you're young yet, he's 40, what are you doing? So Makant pulls, he ignored all that and he didn't answer. Then he pulled his son on one side and he says, son, it have to have a way to pray. It have to have a way to do your diligence. Please remember to respect women. Please remember to do so and so prayers, Bandi Mochan prayers, doing different Shashti prayers for when you're worshiping the goddess, but you want the children in your village, the children in your family to grow. There's a way to pray. You know, last part tonight in the Hawan, we'll do one of the prayer he advised them to do for we to get the blessing. So the son is wondering, oh, we're telling me all of this for you, going somewhere. The doctor say you have long to live, you're suffering, you have trouble, but you ain't going nowhere, Daddy. He says, no, I'm going to give up in preparing to for the soul to leave. I'm going to walk away like a true sannyasi. I'm going to give up the throne, you will take the throne, and all the money and all the property, and I just want to go one side and live. Give up your mother, give up this house, all responsibility on you. Hemakant, the son, started to cry. Why? Why are you doing this? Doesn't want to separate from the father. But Somkant is a devotee of Ganesh. He likes to wear the red based on the time when he's born. Ganesh is the Ish. He did his prayer, he did his funeral rites, he calls on Ganesh and then decides to leave the city. And all the people in the city don't want to leave. They want to go. And just like in Ramayana, when you hear it, they turn them back after a while. That happens. The only people that remain in the city is two of the ministers, like watchmen, that remain with them in the forest, the wife, and Somkant. Let's hear what happens after everybody went back to the city. Hema became the king, and he's running, he's teaching. Chapter 5 in the first book of Ganesh Puran, he goes on to run the laws, the power, but in his heart he missed his parents, mother and father. When he was going, he tells the mother, Ma, Daddy had to go, but you come with me now, you stay with me still. And she tells him, no, wherever my husband is, that's my place. If he's going through sickness, if he's in trouble, my place is on his side. You're big. You're already married. When the lady rests, she put the boy child on the breast. When the boy getting ready to go, I hand you over. You don't need me anymore. You have the wife. Go home and do your work. Leave me to do mine. And in that way, she sends him off. Let's hear what happens when they're in the forest now. Pahi pahi, pahi pahi, Gajanana, Parvati Nanda Gajanana.
Pahi pahi, pahi pahi, pahi pahi, Gajanana, Parvati Gajanana.
Lambodar hai Gajanana,
Lambodar hai Gajanana,
Lambodar hai Gajanana,
Lambodar hai Gajanana, गजानना
पाहि पाहि पाहि
पाहि पाहि पाहि गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
भृगुपुत्र छवियां हरिये कवच शक्ति नेता आश्रम ते हिंसा वचना तांत्र येना द्वैमुख्येना द्विजयाते पाहि
पाहि पाहि पाहि पाहि पाहि गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पार्वती नंदा गजानना
श्री गणेश भगवान की जय। Then forest and these two Subhal and Gyan Ghamya, two ministers, helpers, big position, managers, but very loyal to their king. So now, no matter their position, they want to care for him. Rani, queen, sister, you stay with the patient. We will go and pick tubers, roots, crops, fruits from the trees, and we will bring it back for you. Don't strain him too much. Because of his delicate situation, he cannot go and climb the tree and climb and move. He doesn't have the strength. You just attend to him. In that place, they went and they got from the palmyra tree, the kadir, different breadfruit, different rose, apple, fig, different types of wonderful, nourishing fruits. And when they would bring it back, Somkant is telling his wife when it's just two of them, look how a person is born as a devta. Look at how, what is this life? When you're born and you're young, you could eat anything. You could stomach anything. But look at me now, if you cook it, if you put spice, if you put seasoning, if you put salt, if you put anything in it, I'll throw it up. The only thing this body seems to swallow is more sour or more putrid, more disgusting. The root, like how if you ever taste what wild ginger tastes like, kind of poisonous. But I tasted by accident. The more bitter Sudharma, that is the only thing this body and mind is swallowing. And you, because of association with me, you are suffering. Anytime as a pundit, you have to go and pray. Let me just say the example of the old boy. It's so funny, he's sick. But every time you go, the nurse on the side has to wake up and tell him. I have been to so many homes where pundit, we are too sure how we look in. Come give him a little shaligram, read the little kitab in case. But who gets more sick is not the patient sometimes. You see the lady who next time who jumping up every time you go poo in the night. You have to pass water, you have to hold your hand, you have to make sure you get the tablet on time. That lady, for no reason, she's not sick, but she's running down, she's thirsty. That nurse sometimes, the child who taking care of the parent. When the lady breaks, she hit, for example, and now God puts in pampers. The person who wants to check that pampers, to be honest, that person paying too. He says, what sin you commit, that you are aligning yourself with me and you are suffering like me, although you don't have the karma to be sick. My pain is your pain, dear girl. When I took you from your father's house, this is an important point. When I took you from your father's house, this was not part of the plan. For that reason, when you see Pandit doing wedding, pay attention. When the girl opposite and the boy on this side, and you see the girl comes on this side, there's something called Jai Havan Jai Home. The boy goes quick, he's smart. He goes quick to offer Havan's particular mantra. Fruit, sweet rice. Dear God, because of my selfishness, I will wife. But this girl now going to get pain, physical pain, thinking about pregnancy. She's going to get schedule, work, hardship. My life going to interfere with she life. She have to change everything about you. She father is a cook with no salt. Now she come in this family, plenty salt. Relearn every recipe to suit us, my side. And she just take our name, the boy name. The husband is asking forgiveness for that. He says, what karma is it when a man who is suffering causes an innocent to suffer? Beautiful woman, God bless you for being the type of person that you are. She says, what are you talking about? You are not that bad. You are still the handsome, roaring Kshatri that I fell in love with. He says, who are you lying for? Look at how I am smelling. Look at how I am oozing. What type of heart, what type of love exists inside a woman to still see good in a monster like me? How is it I could have karma that bad for my body, but good to have a spouse like you? This thing is so puzzling. How could a person have eminence in one part of life and suffer in a different region of the same life? Now look at my body. Worms are attracted to me. Watch. Worms are eating me and I am still alive. And you are still wearing the Mangal Sutra, proudly saying, I am your husband. What kind of bhakt are you? That you have this nature, even in this testing moment, for everything that a lady is. And this does apply to men too when they have a sickly wife, the spouse. You want to test somebody when sickness, when trouble come, when the stroke come, when the pampers come, and that lady still say, turn around, I will take care of you. You is my husband, I will wipe you, I will clean you like a baby. That is something to celebrate. For some people, they're good only when you're good, when you have value. But according to our text, truthfully, through sickness and health, when you pray, when you celebrate anniversary, you have to celebrate the person, but the qualities is what you're looking for. If the person has that type of strength, that is something to really bow to your God and say thanks. She explained that statement, that God gave me the inherent ability, that whatever is placed on my plate, I don't run from it. I accept my duty and I fulfill my job. In this case, it's not everything I could do. I couldn't fight all the battles you fought. I couldn't lift the things you lifted. But when it comes to you, I will do my job. Don't ever talk about that. That is just my job. When I made my son, I had to feed him. That wasn't something to boast about. God made me to feed him. God made me to take care of you. What is that? And these two would talk every day like this. And she understood her job. Sometimes, as a pundit, we go to look for sick, as I said. And you look for people in the hospital, they see it really bad in the hospital. Sometimes people doesn't understand. Hindu people, in my opinion, they just get it wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody invite you, let me go and look for so and so. They may pass away, they're looking bad. You ever had the experience where somebody says, oh God, look at you, Keshava. Now you're dead. Oh. Now you see how he looking, he knows bend, the toe there, so whatever sign you hear, the rattling in the throat. You're looking good, boy. The last hope that person had, you make sure you take it. Just like children, for parents here. You ever hear, I remember growing up with my nanny, and she used to say, oh, you is my best grandchild. You go and bring the broom and you'll sweep this floor. After I hear I did best grandchild, I go and tell she know. The art then. In Rama, they call it Sam, Dam, Dun, Bade. Talk first when you want somebody to do something. Talk stern the second way. The third way, bribery. Babe, I'll buy you the video game if you get one in your exam. And the last way, done. Take up the stick. You want to hear? Take where you get now. Even with text, it have a way to approach. And the person who understands this, when they lie down in the bed, when they become aged, when they become sickly, they rarely say twice a child, once a month. But the person who have the love to know how to coax and not belittle the person, that compassion inside, we talk about compassion the first night, that is something divine. And she knew how to keep, she used to call him Rajan. She never take him down from that kingship, for example. You did see it, you never hear a lady, even if the man resign, a lady who knows what she's doing. Talk to the boss now, tell boss man you want to come and do this, that and the other. And she has a way to put him on top. Look like me, talk to Pandit. He know, he's the one, he had to say. All you know the truth, I can't remember yesterday. Everything had to go back to prayer. But the art in doing it, there is no how, let me say, to use a little trick, to fatten somebody's ego. Keep the man have ego, they have to stay up a little bit, so they don't get pulled down into depression. If a man gets it in his head, look how I come. The kind of trouble you ever have, you wouldn't know, and you wouldn't have a tablet to fix that. This lady is facing that, and she doesn't give him a chance. He says, Goddess, tell me, what Rakshas, what dead spirit, based on what we talk about, what ghost is eating my body? Look, the hole in the soul is going in now, it's getting beveled. Something eating me, and I don't know, I can't see it. I used to have wonderful experience as a prince. Did I cross something? Did somebody harm me? Is this tantric? What eating me? It seems as if a person in this life, they say, I had to cross the bow saga, but I feel as if I'm experiencing the water is getting deeper and my toe can't touch the ground. I'm losing the footing and I'm losing hope with it. I will not reach to the other side. That day, a young sadhu named Chavyan Muni, we hear about him in Devi Bhagavad discourse. He is the son of Brigu. He came in that area to get fruits and water. And when he came upon this couple in the forest, he did not scorn them, but he says, dear lady, what caused this man to be like this? I am a young person, but I don't want to get like this. Tell me what mistake he made so that I would not follow in that, so I don't get like this. I'm feeling so sorry for him. Look how he's suffering, dear lady. You know what this reminds me of? There's a discourse where Indra made some trouble, and it has to do with the monthly cycle of the lady. Some people think that all female is bad. When I say bad, sinful to get this monthly cycle, this menstruation. But in the entire creation, not every female has a menstrual cycle. Indra destroyed somebody, and when he destroyed that Vrita, a demon, and he had to share the sin, he gave 1/4 of the sin to women. So from the body now became a menstrual cycle. Everybody know about animal, cow don't have menstrual cycle, goat, sheep, dog, none of that. When he did this, the woman puts a curse on Indra. You are making me in pain, you're making me unclean. Why did you do this? You didn't give it to the man, you give it to the woman. May your body be covered. And the reason we don't do Indra Puja is too. When Krishna gives him after he left the Govardhan hill, when Indra called him Govinda for the first time, the one who gives the devotee everything, Govinda, he says from today nobody will do Indra Dev Puja. The second place, Indra, the lady puts a curse on Indra and says, you caused the vagina of the woman to be in pain. This thing, this machine that could make her young, now it is going to cause pain and havoc to this girl. Let your body from head to toe be riddled with vagina and let fluid and mucus pour out from you so that you cannot step foot in a place of prayer. So don't mind you call the elements of water in the kalsa, the agni, the fire, the earth and the baby, like when you are doing the asana for the multi, you're calling the elements. You do not call the king of the element. You will worship the sun, the moon, the ninth planet, but you will not worship their leader. Because of that, he's bad. He's not in Pandit Indra invocate on that baby. You must tell them why, Babs. Principle of Sri Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai. How is it this person is living, leaking fluid as if they are Indra? He looks as if he has this, the muscle of a king. But how? I want to know. And when the wife didn't have a proper answer, he says, I have to carry this water back for my father. All right, dip the water and go. He went home. And he was bothered, in something on children's mind. The father says, what plague in your brain? What eat in your son? Tell me. Let's hear what he says in this slow. Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah.
Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah.
Kritayagyesu dharmayate Briguraja Guru Paryatam Brigudev Somkan Ganesh Puran Ye Atithi Par Prashit Pal Narayanaya Krishnaya
Paramatmaya Namo
Namah. Narayanaya Krishnaya
Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo
Namah. Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. So long story short, the boy telling father what he saw and how the people are suffering. Dad, is there a way we could help them? The father says, go bring them into the ashram. Chavyan Muni went quick and he tells Sudharma, lift him. Maybe he can't walk anymore. The body is withering, he can't swallow too much food, the sores, his esophagus, the stomach bag. When he's number one, number two is blood. The person is being eaten from inside. Bring him, help him. So now Chavyan Muni holding like a seti, the wife holding by the foot, the two ministers and the person, the patient lie down on the bed and they bring. When he comes in, Brigu, the head of this ashram, is glowing because of the knowledge, glowing because of all the different prayers. The person, why do you touch your pandit foot? When your guru come, why about your baba foot? After he do the amount that Gayatri, every day he has to do Gayatri and he's pulling the heat on his head. The person goes and touch the pandit foot to pull energy, to get the power. If the person is not doing Gayatri, not much help, not much benefit, not much blessing will come. So you will hear the person say, boy, I do that prayer. I'm really seeing change in my life, change in my house, change with my problem. So Brigu now, when they go and they see the energy permeating from this person, Sudharma put down the husband and went and she rests her head by his feet. And she says, oh Guruji, we once ruled a city called Devta in an area called Surashtra, and he amassed a great amount of wealth. Help us, and whatever is your fee, whatever is the gift, the dakshina, we will give it. But some unforeseen evil, something is hidden here. The word that she used, she asked him for something called pratikara. Pratikara means counteract, the reaction. Somebody get a headache, you take pratikara. paracetamol, the resulting prayer, the solution. What is the remedy that we do not know? But it seems that all the biological herbs, all those treatments doesn't work. This looks like a spiritual problem. And we come to you now for that type of help. He says the problem here is not tantric in nature. Your prayer that you would say, "O King," pushed away the negative prayer of other people when you were invading cities and you were attacking and you did harm innocent. And those people prayed, "Dear Hanuman Baba, kill that man, damage that man." Your prayer was able to protect you even in sight of that type of danger. But what is hitting you now is your parabd karma. We use karma as a big word, but under karma it has subset or different type of karma. In Bhagavad Gita Mahatyam, you hear this word called parabd karma. Parabd karma means the karma from a last life. I am born in this life, I will have a house or not. I will have a family or not. I will have nail fungus problem or not. I will have a job or not. What you come with, prashchit karma, is what these people do in here. Dear God, I have a problem. I need help. I give him thanks. Please accept the flowers and bless me to change my karma. Prashchit is when you're doing Gayatri Havan. Dear God, cut the karma, change it up. He says your parabd karma from your previous birth is the problem. He says, please listen, in your past life, you were a person by the name of Kamanda. Your parents loved you and they spoiled you. But when your mother and father closed their eyes, you were married by that time to somebody named Kutumbini. And with your mother's guidance, you treated that girl like a princess in front of mother and father. In front of mother and father, you had 5 daughters and 7 sons as time passed. But this girl was very loyal to you, very faithful. But when your mother and father passed away, you became unruly. You became perverted. You became addicted to vices of prostitution, liquor, different type of intoxicant. You started to gamble all the different assets that your father had gained as a righteous king. All the money that he took a lifetime to amass, in a short period of time, everything went. In order to survive with her children, Kutumbini has to separate herself from you. She has to divorce you. Living in the same house, sleeping separate now. When he started to bet the items in the house, then he bet the house and he lost everything. The girl went back to her father's home, taking her children with her. You became a drunkard, you became arrogant, you became very belligerent. You became as if I'm wrong and I'm strong. Don't correct me, don't tell me nothing, don't stop me. You know who I is? Beyond correction. And the wife cried. Where your trouble started, the girl who was very honest, straightforward, is crying. How could somebody who is so delicate, brought up with parents with love, become such a monster when you are in this age of maturity, when you should be more straightforward and sattvic? How could you become such a deceitful person when he could not feed the habit of gambling? As time is passing, the wife lives to see him start to steal, rob, from minor stealing, major stealing. He starts to kidnap. He becomes more and more engrossed in his sinful lifestyle. He starts to kill. He became like a venomous snake that is living in the village. And the people, they push him away. They don't share food. They don't give him food. They don't offer him prasad when they have prayerful place. Go from here. Then he started to kill women. He started to abduct children to get money. And the men in the village started to chase behind him. They want now to destroy this person. It's either we destroy him or he destroy we. He started to take all type of animal and sell the animal for the skin, for the meat, for the bone. In the case of the tiger teeth, the private of different animals, the blood from cobra, different types of elixirs he started to create to entice people for sexual prowess. I will give you the secret ingredient, the elixir, to help you. If you put the juice, the poison of the cobra on your scalp, for people who here have to grow back, it will grow back. And he started to swindle people with fake medicine. And those people, after spending a lot of money, became very hurt. But they had to pay, otherwise they would get damaged. In this way, my father, his father-in-law, they still followed him. The father on one occasion saw where let me say son-in-law, commander, is holding now by the neck, grapple upon it. Guna Vardhana. And he's squeezing the neck, give me all your dachna, give me all your prasad, give me all your wealth. And although he's asking him for it, he's still wringing the neck. Because you feel you're better than me. You feel you're holier than me. You think I bad. And the poor fellow again had a chance to reply. This person is maddened with a different type of guilt, knowing his own history. And when the Guna only got a chance to say, he said, do you really wish to kill me, brother? Anything you want to have, look it in the jewelry, look it in the bag, take it. But what are you doing this? Why are you squeezing me? Why are you killing me? Up to now, may I tell you no. Up to now, I didn't go against what you're saying. What you want, look at there, take it. And in that moment, you became, if you remember Brigu telling Somkanda about the past life, don't forget. He says, you became even more mad. You ever hear somebody try to pacify an angry person and it is as if they will not calm down? Where you want blood? I give you where you want. You want more? This is that kind of moment. Let's hear what happens. Brigu says, listen to where trouble comes from. Shiva Om Hari Om Hari Om Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatma
Namo Namah Narayanaya Krishnaya
Paramatma Chitaye Somakantaha Narayanaya Krishnaya
Paramatmaya Namo Namah
Narayanaya Krishnaya Ho Paramatmaya Namo Namah Paramatmaya Namo Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. He says, even thieves have mercy on praying people. Commander, allow me to go. You have what you want. If not, you will be sinned because of the amount of Gayatri, because of the amount of good things that I do for other people. You will inherit sin that you will not be able to wash off. And when he said it, when he made in his mind that type of threat, release me or else, you took out a very sharp blade and you started to cut at his neck. And blood from his throat sprayed on your body. And you did not stop while he was gasping for air. O king, O sufferer, you started to hack at his flesh as if maddened with the blood, spraying in your eyes, spraying in your mouth. You did not move, you did not stop, but you continued to hack at his body. Death came for him, the soul left, but O evil soul, you continue to cut until you cut off the head. When you have done all the good that you have done, just as if a person who is thirsty comes, but the cup is upside down. Rain could be falling, but that cup won't help you quench your thirst. In the same way, because of the horrible crimes that you committed, this is why you have done good, you have done charity, but those things that you have done are not solving or counteracting the karma you have committed. Imagine, I don't know if this ever happened to you. You get one problem, let me say a migraine, a tension headache, but you're taking tablet to help your toe, your knee, arthritis tablet, skin problem, allergy tablet. Baba, doctor, taking tablet, taking tablet, but the pain ain't going, man. Taking the wrong tablet. But you're expecting because I'm swallowing something, because I'm doing something, everything must work. He says, you need to purify yourself, but it wouldn't be as easy. The first thing Somkan did in his mind, Munis, he doubted that this person who is telling him the brutal truth, he said that could never be true. In the moment, birds started to swarm him and pick at the flesh on his body, throughout his body. He's bawling, and the wife is trying to pull one bird, two birds off. And she turns after they pull off the bird. Muni, what type of thing is this? If this is a place of prayer, how come normal birds, not vultures, not carnivores, are attacking us? What type of place is this? He says, no, you are being rewarded for the doubt that you harbor because of what I am trying to tell you. Truth may be bitter, but if the person embraces the truth, they are on the road to getting salvation, they are on the road to getting help and remedy. But your first problem is your doubt, and you would quicker believe lies and untruths than accept satya or truth. He says, do you know why you have some good in your life? In that age when you were commander, after you murdered that Brahman, you had amassed a great amount of wealth. And in that old age, trying to save your soul, you went and take some of the money and you started to repair the village Mandir. In it, they did not have a murti, and you did not have the ability to get a stone murti, but you gave to the temple a Ganesh murti that was fashioned out of wood. You allowed this little kutia to have 4 doors that Ganesh could come for them, help them in different direction. Different Ganesh comes from different place, different form, different force. And for this reason, you built it as such, so that without any selfish benefit, the people would be able to get the blessing of Ganesh to the fullest. When your life did come to an end, where does those sores come on your body? The Yamdut started to pierce you, as if you are being punished of all the innocent, all the people you rob and harm, all the different things you did, you were reaping the reward. But when you reached after the year, remember sometimes it is get wrong when the sinful soul going. When the 12th month anniversary comes, the soul now stand up in front of Yamraj, Prit Manjari Ganesh Puran, And Yamraj, after listening to the account of your good and bad from Chitra, the force here, and Gupta, the two people that report your good and bad deeds, Yamraj asks you, do you want to inherit all the good karma you have or all the bad karma? He says, if you take all the bad, you will go to the depths of hell for an untold period of time. But if you take the good, you have some good, you will get to go back on the earth, and if you encourage or do good, you could uplift yourself. He says, then put me to enjoy the good. Shri Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai. So you are born in this birth. And if now you are reaping where the body is falling apart, it is some of the negative karma coming to play. He says, Guruji, I suffer enough. Help me please. It have to have, I believe what you're saying. It have to have something I could do. He says the only thing that could help somebody when they reach to this, because of how the pus or the fluid, remember, just as the rule goes for women, that if you are on your monthly cycle, Babs, because of how I am, I can't do the prayer. I am not in control of my bodily fluid. That rule applies to man too. If in the shroud, in the funeral, the boy gets a cut, let me say we're cutting up shatine and I cut my finger, or shaving and I'm bleeding, you are unfit for the prayer. If you get diarrhea, you are unfit for the prayer. If you get the cold, you are unfit for the prayer because you are not in control of the fluid. So when you're offering the terpene, the stuff that is coming from your body, that is going to be offered to the deceased. So the person who is doing shroud, the main person, and back up. If this fella can't do it, let them take over. In the same way, because of how you are leaking this amount of fluid, you can't sit like we as man tonight and do prayer. So you have to tell me how, just by listening or some other method, I could get this freedom from this sin. He says, the person who listens to the name of Ganesh, the person who listens, there is a text called Ganesh Puran, and if by listening to it, there is any type of black magic, verse, this is verse 4, slok 4 to 7, for all my pundits looking on, chapter 9, in the first, in the Upasnan Kand of Ganesh Puran. He says, if a person listens to Ganesh Puran, when people put charm, yantra, in different religion, when you want to corrupt a girl or a boy, you want to overpower them, you will blow prayer in water and give them it to drink. And the person becomes, they can't think for themselves, they love somebody they didn't love. That happens. So how do you overcome that? That does exist in Muslim, Hindu, Christian. How to break it? Listen to Ganesh Puran. When the Murti is worshipped with the lota, with the water, and you wet Ganesh Baba, take that water and sprinkle it on the person. And allow the different types of spell that is casted over a person, they will become free. He says, let us test it. He says, I will give you a little discourse of Ganesh, and I will chant from the 1008 names of Ganesh. We'll do just 108. So the Muni now started to chant these names one after the other. Jai Ganesh, Jai Gananayak, Jai Vinayak, and going up here. When he finished, he took some of the water from the kamandal and sprinkled it on the man. Where the water hit, the sword dry and his flesh healed. He says, look, Sudharma, look, you could have seen my tongue, the way how my face get, the cheek was missing and you could have seen inside the mouth. He says, look, look, it healed. The Muni says, wait. And from, understand what I'm telling you, the physical body riddled with sickness, came a shadow, came to the surface now, and the Muni is seeing it. He says, what is this? What type of black magic? What type of tantric force? Where are you coming from, figurine? Where are you coming from inside the person? How is it a person can become possessed by something shadowy or dark looking like you, for children to understand? The name of it is Pap Purusha, a body of sin. Pap is sin, Purusha means male body. I existed in this person as a result of the blessed consecrated water with the name of Ganesh. I cannot sit in the person's body. I am uncomfortable. I have to leave. Think about what we say now. When the Jagdan Shiva Hare, and they will sprinkle water and make sure wet we remember why. But I, the spirit now, I say in spirit for children again, I am sick. I am feeding my ability. In other words, in our Hanuman Chalisa, where we just say Bhuta, Pret, Pisach, something that God created. One day I'll do that discourse. Brahma created, but it feeds on the body. It feeds on the body. So sometimes when last night I mentioned how girls on the side of the breast, in the inner leg, strange places. Not to disrespect anybody, but if I don't talk about it, you would know where it's coming from. In different places, you see marks on the girl body. This thing is created to suck the energy off man and woman, but predominantly female. So you go to sleep tired, you get up more tired. But on the body, you are seeing teeth marks, scrape marks, different things. He says, this is my nature, this is how I live. I subside by eating the body. And the person becomes weak, sick. And from one strength, they get less strength, until death comes. That is my mode. That is how I function. So when you hear your Hanuman Chalisa says, Bhuta, Pret, and Katina Hiyavi, Pret and Bhut is not the same thing. Bhut is a soul that lost. Going here today, people didn't do proper prayer. Pisach is something created to feed and fester on people. Pull down the health because of bad karma. He says, but because of this, I am very uncomfortable and I cannot keep feeding on this person. I have to go. Put me in a place, allow me to go somewhere. If for the adults here, when they talk about how they just put things in bottle, coconut, or tree, he says, I put you in this mango tree. Go and live in this tree and leave this person. Brigu is talking in Slok 13, chapter 9. They are different kind of discourse, you agree? Jai Nanda Lala, Jai Gopala, Shri Radhe Govinda, Gopala tera pyara naam hai. Shri Radhe Govinda, Gopala tera pyara naam hai.
गोविंदा मन बजले हर का प्यारा नाम है। मोर मुकुट सिर गल बनमाला, केसर तिलक लगाए, केसर तिलक लगाए। मोर मुकुट सिर गल बनमाला, केसर तिलक लगाए, केसर तिलक लगाए। वृंदावन की कुंज गलन में सबको नाच जाए, वो सबको नाच जाए। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
गोरोचन हरिद्र ये शुक्ल ये दरबाए, ज्वाला में तत्पर ये दुर्वा ये कहाए, दुर्वा ये कहाए। राधे
गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
राधे गोविंदा, गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम है। Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. This method of prayer is possible, where people extract negative from one place and they put it in another place. In our Trinidad culture, it is done. It is very popular in Muslim when they are dealing with jinn or genie. In Guyanese culture, where they put certain things in bottle or containers, it is possible. In this case, he tells this entity, Pa Purush, go and stay in the mango tree. And as he touched the mango tree, this tree burnt and turned into ash. The king puzzled now, because now with this spirit off his body, the same sickness started to heal. The sores started to dry right there in the moment. He says, Guruji, now I believe. Tell me what to do. He says, you're not out of trouble yet. You're starting to improve, but you're not free yet. Sit on that ashes where that tree was and listen to Ganesh Puran. Chant different type of prayer. I'll guide you. These prayers were created by Ved Vyas, the person who first wrote the Puran. And he taught me these prayers to destroy evil in the various forms. The person who listens to Ganesh Puran, when different things are being, listen to what I'm telling you, when things are being done to you by different forces, when different things are feeding on you, blocking you, and preventing you from moving forward or attaining your goal, your outcome, your status, your state, your job, in the court, in every instance, something is impeding your movement. Listening to Ganesh Puran, doing his prayer, chanting the name of Ganesh will clear your way. After listening to that Puran, the person who allowing Shravanam or just allowing the goodness to enter into the air gains the favor of Ganapati. Of all the different forms of Ganesh, there is a form that in Ganesh Puran is first given. Remember we first mantra, Om Gajananam, Namami Vighneshwaraya Pada Pankajam. When Daksh, who did it first? Daksh, who is the father of Lord Shiva, Sati Mata father. Daksh was very lost and he became sick after Sati dies. And Lord Shiva mashed up with prayers. Daksh became very sickly and he goes to Vyas for help, guidance. You have to help me overcome this sickness. Vyas Muni says, go and sit and listen to somebody called Muni Murgala. Murgala is the next Puran talking about Ganesh. One year we will do that discourse. And by listening to what Murgala Muni talks about, Daksh regains his form. He regains his energy then. It is only when a person with devotion, in Ganesh prayers, it have different kind of prayers. Between me and you, it have prayers, don't know what it means. Bhagavad, Christian prayers. Don't know what it means. Don't know what they say. Let me say using a different language. Prabhuji mere aao, Prabhu singing and clapping for me. You know what that song says? Don't know what it means, but say it, hear it, you'll get blessing. But Ganesh worship cannot be effective if the person, just like this fella, doubt. If the person doubts the efficacy of the worship or the blessing of Ganesh, they will not move forward. And when he's listening to the prayer, this hard-headed fool is still thinking what that Murti in the ashram, what that Murti could do for me. Look at me, maybe you should sprinkle more water on it. Don't do this, do that. And Guruji is guiding him, and his body now started to get like rigor mortis, like if death coming in, the nerves started to dead. And he cries out to Guruji, look at doing the prayers and look trouble coming. Look more thing happening, what to do? Guruji says, how a blessing it is to do prayers, but you're doing your prayers wrong. You don't understand Ganesh worship. If you don't know him, that's fine, get to know him. But in it, the person has to be very cognizant that when you are presenting yourself to him, know what you're praying for, know why you're doing it. Ask God, I don't know about you, I have to learn. And when the person gains and grows in that devotion, then Vighneshwar will protect the person. Listening and learning as time is passing, he learns to love the Lord. He learns to appreciate his form. And what he does not want to shun the multi, but revels in the prasad, revels in the opportunity to wipe the multi. Who does get the most blessing? The person who get to clean him in the day. The person who get to feed him. What it is wait for? You do all that pratishtha. And you bring the life in him. And the person in the day say, Prabhu, I come to wake you up. I come to bathe you like a mother. I come to bathe you and I come to dress you. I come to feed you, God. It could be a slice of tomatoes, a cup of water, but I come to feed you. I am doing this for you. There you get the blessing. The person who come in the night doing worship, but when they're bowing and they're arting, like when we was talking about doing the pran with the arti, I am doing that for me. I am doing it for help. In this way, he listened to Ganesh Puran, he did the worship, and when it was done, he regained the health, the ability to eat. He wanted to ask more and more forms, more and more blessing. He wants to learn. And where does the answer come? In the last session, just like in this yagya, we will have a last session. The Godfather, Brigham Muni, tells him, you're going to get up from that ashes you're sitting down on. Your prayer is going to finish. And as your body is healing, just now you're going to be free of all this trouble. Make sure and say your prayers tonight. And when he went on the bed, Ganesh Baba came to him in his sleep. And he says, I'm so happy, I'm so pleased with your worship that today I am taking anima. When you're doing a Hanuman Chalisa, Ashta Siddhi now Nidhi Ke Data, the 8th Siddhi says I'm using the first one, anima, to come microscopic like an atom. And I will sit in every soul. Where the body has no feeling, I will bring back feeling. Where the blood is flowing, I will bring it back. Where you cannot digest the food, I will bring healing. And you will be able to digest the food properly. Where I have 4 hands, in one hand I will have the spear, the bow, the shield, and the lance, and in the last one the noose where we talked about last night. Where I will stand with my eyes twinkling day and night. I will sit in and on your body by the name of Vighneshwar, the remover of obstacle. Blessed is the person, everybody put your hand together, time run away from me. Blessed is the person that reads this discourse, that listens to this discourse, during the Utsav, during his puja, during his pran pratishtha, his pratna, his yagya, that when a person is riddled by negative tantric worship, or attacked by, or the person is being affected by their past karma, Ganesh, by simple listening to the Ganesh Puran as we've done, as this 12th chapter is being closed, bless the person just like Somkant, they are able to rise above in this life and be freed from all suffering, all pain, healing, but it must be done with Shraddha, with faith. By the blessing and the name of Vighneshwar, no problem is too big for him. Prem se bolo Shri Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. Everybody, we're doing a quick. Babs on the light fire there. Let me offer on behalf of everybody. If you would like to touch hand, if you're fasting, you are free to do it. Come on. This type of hawan is calling, firstly, as you will hear, the different air in your body, the wind in your body. The first one is for your heart, third one navel, throat, heart, well, how you call it, your circulation, the throat, as we're going down, the right hand, the left hand, shoulders, ears, etc. And you're calling the Devta, sit here. Imagine I have arthritis here, understand me. If this is the first time you're hearing about hawan like this, it have that. It is called Nyas. And you're asking the God, come home with me, please. I have trouble here. You see, this I'm putting you in charge, you know. Heal me. And you see, when you're doing Shraddha, how do they take it down, touch, so, and do this thing when they're touching. That is a type of this, what we're going to do. Let's say Swaha together. For those of you online, join with us. We'll be wrapping up shortly. Hari Om Pranaya Swaha pranaya idam na mama, om apanaya swaha, apanaya idam na mama, om samanaya swaha, om samanaya idam na mama, om udanaya swaha, udanaya idam na mama, om vyanaya swaha, vyanaya idam na mama, om nagaya swaha, om nagaya idam na mama, om kurmaya swaha, kurmaya idam na mama, om kritikalaya swaha, kritikalaya idam na mama, om kesaraya swaha, kesaraya idam na mama, om dhanjanaya swaha, om dhanjanaya idam na mama, for all my limbs. The last one. Om, we continuing for the different parts of your body now. Om Sudarshanaya Hritajaya Swaha, Om Panchajaya Shankadipataye Namah Swaha, Om Ko Mudakaya Gagana Aya Bhyo Namah Swaha, for people who have hip pain. Om Nandakaya Swaha, for people who have upper hand, this part, the top of your hand, nerve pain, or below the hand. For the upper part of your hand. Om Shringaya Chapadhi Pataye Namah Swaha, for the lower hand. Om Kirtinaya Muk Adi Pataye Namah Swaha, Om Kirti Malya Adi Pata Atmane Namah Swaha, for the right ear, for the person who having hearing problem, right, and then you'll do left. Om Dakshinaya Kulaya Markanaya Atmane Namah Swaha, left ear. Om Vama Kundalaya Marka Atmane Namah Swaha, for the chest pain, panic attack. The person like me who does get asthma attack sometime and you have to take your Ventolin and the chest hurting after you get the Om Vaijanti Vanamale Namah Swaha, Om Haradaya Sarva Bharanaya Dipataye Namah Swaha, for the girl who has different growth, lump, cyst, cancer in the right side breast. Om, so this is only for female. Om Shri Vasya Srinivasaya Swaha, for everybody, the chest bone here in the middle. When people go to do heart surgery and they cut that chest bone, when lightning strike, when weather changes, and you're getting a different sensation in the middle of your chest. Om Shri Kustubhya Ratnadi Pataye Namah Swaha, Om Kanchin Gunachwala Divya Pitambaraya Swaha, for the person whose foot is becoming weak, shaky. To hold my weight, Baba, I just have to get a walker, I just have to get a stick, afraid I fall. Om Dakshinaya Anu Puraya Swaha, left ankle. Om Vamanaya Puraya Swaha, for the 2 foot, when they cut off a toe, when the big toe missing and the person doesn't have balance anymore. Om Shri Matsu Lasaya Swaha, when the right side is numb, when the right side of the body, the alignment, the person drifting on the right hand side, maybe with stroke, etc. Om Shrim Shriyaya Namah Swaha, left side. Om Hring Pushtaya Namah Swaha, when the person's mouth is twisting or not working because of nerve numbness. Om Em Saraswatya Namah Swaha, when the person has back skeletal, muscular problem, back pain, hunchback, etc. Om Dram Nidraya Namah Swaha, Om for your upper body from the waist upward. Sometimes we call that related to when you have the muscular, how you call that? How? No, like bone. When you have oh God, the banana muscle. I see the word. When lady make baby and they push and they damage the banana muscle under the navel. Alright, trust me. For muscle problem, not to damage what keeping you up. Om Klim Kanthaya Namah Swaha, for your feet. Om Kam Prithvi Bhyo Namah Swaha, for your thighs. For the people now, this one important. Not the muscle, but the bone from the knee to the hip is where all red cell, white cell is reformed or remade. So when somebody has leukemia, the cancer is inside that bone and they have to do bone marrow transplant. Dear God, if that thigh bone, that femur bone is not working, I'm in trouble. Om Garudhaya Swaha, Om Anganyasam Arkayaya Swaha Vishnu Rupaya Arkaya Namah Swaha Urkaya Swaha Brahma Rupaya Urkayan Swaha Markaya Swaha Shankaraya Rupaya Markaya Namah Swaha. Prem Subramapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Before we conclude, every time you say Gayatri in the Havan, God forgive me for the mistakes, the karma I make with my mind. The second one for my mouth, the third one with my hands. Forgive me of my past sins. Om together. Om Bhura Bhuva Swa Tat Savitur Bharenyam. Everybody. Come on, you can do it. Say it where you are. Swaha Om Bhura Bhuva Swa Tat Savitur Bharenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Swaha Om Bhura Bhuva Swa Tat Savitur Bharenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Swaha. You know, when you have one done, you just take the heat, the power, the Shakti from the fire and pass it on your body. It's time to do that now. But in this part with the Ganesh worship, they make it very intricate. So, just to hear one mantra. Om Kam Cham Jam Jam Nam Swaha. This is where the person take the heat. And for the person who have a lot of vaginal infection, with the male problem in the different part of the body, something ain't working, everybody big, understand it. They don't have a right time, we could talk about how to heal your body. When the navel have infection, when the bladder have an infection, when you have gallstone, how to heal it, you take the heat from that fire with the right anga nyas. This is called akshara nyas. And you are pulling the heat. So if you go to prayer and you see the person touch the multi, they touch the eye, touch the multi, touch the ear, touch the multi, touch the throat. Dear God, bless the child to talk. Dear God, this head are getting schizophrenia when it's full moon and it's trip. If you see the girl pressing the back of her skull, God, help me to secrete the right hormone. Help not menopause to come in too early. I had trouble, this body have trouble. But if you become knowledgeable of Ganesh here and you use the Ganesh prayer to heal your body, look at what is possible. So this one prayer going on says it's time to pass the heat over our body, right? That's what we're doing. This prayer says for my whole body, sit on my body. And if the power I have is here, lift me up so I go up, I'm elevated, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm in a spirit, in my head, my feelings, the depression, the anxiety, the grief, whatever it is, help me to heal, help me to be better, God. I put my hand in I put my body in your hands, help me. Close your eyes, talk to God first, remember, pray. Don't fool yourself. This is between honest prayer between you and your God. Om, when we finish, I will tell you, when we finish, take the heat and pass it on your body. Om kam 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 nyam. Om cham 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 nyam. Om pam tam tam dam dam nyam. Om tam tam dam dham nam. Om pam pam bham bham mam. Om ang Vighnarajaya namaha. Take the heat now and pass it on your body. Om akashatam patitam toyam yadha drakshatim tu sagaram sarvo devam namaskaram Keshava patigrakshatim Om hiranya garbha samavartatavre bhutasya jata patare kasit saradhara mamyatejam kasyameva Havisha Vedama. That verse is used in every prayer. That verse says you are Hiranya Garbha, you created everything. Create health. Create a new form in me. I want to give up the sickness. I want to give up the suffering. I want to give up the trouble. I am depending on you. I am holding on to you. You could make a new day for me. I trust you. If you hold on to your trouble, Catch yourself, see yourself. Sometimes you focus on it, you know how much trouble I have. Pandit, you know where I going through home. You know where this wife is do. You know she cheat on me, she do me this, she do me that. Somebody give me AIDS, I get cancer, this, I suffer. If you hold on to the bad will hold on to you, brother. That ain't going to help you crying over cancer, never solve it yet. But according to Hinduism, if you pray on it, if you go to a Gayatri, if you go to a prayer, if you just listen to a katha, if you go tonight and rest your head by that multi and you understand what Vighneshwar is, that is how you start to get the help. If you don't and you rob yourself of the chance, I don't know what to say for you. Tonight as I conclude, this is the person, this is why I personally always say that Om Gajananam. Because when you have trouble, trouble don't give you a chance. And this man take up the work that he is the remover of any type, not some. If Saraswati is only for knowledge and that memory, and Lakshmi take up the work with the money, and when you want money trouble, go to Lakshmi to overcome the trouble. When you want school trouble, overcome Saraswati. Ganesh say, oh, all the trouble, I'll take it. Pray to me and I will help you. If we do it, you'll get the blessing. Prem Sabolo Shri Ganesh Bhagwan Ki Jai. As we get set to do Arti, I invite anybody tonight, anybody that want to come and do Arti, come and do Arti. Nick, come for your book here, boy. Or you're going to do Arti. Remember where we started with the Ganesh Kavach? Prachayam Rakshato Bhorischa Agniyam Siddhidayaka Dakshanaya Swarumyati Ganeshwaraya Pratichayam Vighneshwaraya Vignahartaya Vyadhyava Gajakarnakaya. That when a person is riddled by pisach, when your body is being, something is eating you, his force, his mantra, his name, his katha will purify you, will cleanse you, will heal you. Prem Sabolo Shri Ganesh Bhagwan Ki. Sajam cha. Everybody, let me stand up. We're going to do Arti. Sorry. Final Arti. Put your hands together. Remember we talk about the Anjali Mudra. Put it and make sure this portion of your tongue, press it on the chest bone. Do it properly. Whatever you do tonight, whatever you do last night, what you're doing tomorrow night, you're doing it for yourself. Close your eyes. And for a moment, concentrate on your God. This prayer is talking about what Vyas, the person who write the book, Vyasaya Vishnurupaya, Vyasarupaya Vishnave, Namo Brahmanityaya, Vashishtaya, Namo Namah, Sajam Cha Varti Sanyukta, Prahina Yojitam Mayam, Deepam Grihana Devesham, Trailokya Timidaham.
Jai Jai Ganapati.
Everybody
Jai Ganapati.
One voice.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai. Jai Jai Ganapati Om, Jai Ganapati Om, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai. Ganapati Vigna Vinashana Hare, Ganapati Vigna Vinashana Hare, Ganapati Vigna Vinashana Hare, Ganapati Vigna Vinashana Hare. Jai Jai Ganapati Om, Jai Ganapati Om, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai. Jai Jai Ganapati Om, Jai Ganapati Om, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai. Lambodhara जय जय गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय मोदक लेत देत जननी जब तुम लखनो पुर जनकारे मोदक लेत देत जननी जब तुम लखनो पुर जनकारे रेति से हीरो चवर दुलावत रेति से हीरो चवर दुलावत सुर समोह लगे होत सुगाए गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारे जय जय गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
Everybody, with our eyes closed just a little bit, for those of you at home, say a prayer. If this is the first time you are listening to this Mahatyam or the greatness of listening to Ganesh Puran, if you never knew how he ends up with this name called Vighneshwar, the person who removes all the impediments, all the obstacles, tonight after learning this, after getting to do the Havan and getting the heat onto your body, dear Lord, thank you for this chance, thank you for this Mandir, thank you for this meeting, this opportunity. In His time, I get to inherit blessings and punyam, ashirvad, good things. Dear Lord, inside my heart, in my home, in my body, we all have challenges. Ganesh Baba, help me to learn more. Help me to help myself by the power of my prayer. Last time we talked about Patra, and when you use prayer, how you could change your future, your present. I don't like $5 in my pocket. Thank you, God, for it, but make it 50. Help me to improve. Help me to bring that effective change to my life. When the devotee starts to grow and the knowledge takes the person closer and closer to bhakti for that form, then it's possible. Dear Lord, thank you again for this Mandir. Thank you for all these people that are slaving, sweeping, cooking, cleaning, everybody who is helping from our sound system, the prasad, the donors, the people who are picking flowers. God, so much flowers. Bless each person who is bringing flowers for you, O Ganesh Baba. Bless the people that are singing your name and chanting your glory. Prabhu, thank you for tonight. Thank you for this discourse. And bless us to do it again tomorrow. Tvameva Mata Shabita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusha Tvameva Vidya Tvameva Sarvam Tvameva Sarvam Together, Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. प्रेम से बोलो उमापति महादेव की, श्री गणेश भगवान की, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, श्री आदि शक्ति माता की, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। जय जय सीताराम। सीताराम everybody. सीताराम everybody. May God please have your seat.